He established it. He didn't create it. It's revealed by Baha'u'llah, delineated by Abdul Baha, and constituted by Shoghi Effendi. And when the Baha'i world abandoned the plan, the divine plan of the covenant, when they turned to the conclave of the hands, instead of activating that first International Baha'i Council and letting them have a meeting and decide those problems, they abandoned it. So the presidency of it continued, and Abdul Baha's son then appointed his son to succeed him. And then the same thing happened again with myself as the great-grandson of Abdul Baha. And so we have the guardianship in the world, and the Baha'is, people of the world, still had the Baha'i Faith, but the breaking of the covenant scattered the gathering of the people of Baha. So with all the Baha'is around the world, and Abdul Baha's son and grandson still in the world, Dr. Jensen, as the establisher of the Baha'i Faith, was able to re-establish the divine plan that was revealed by Baha'u'llah, delineated by Abdul Baha, and constituted by Shoghi Effendi. So it's really the re-establishment of the Second International Baha'i Council that just puts everything back on track for the Baha'i people of the world. And no matter what happens in the history of the Baha'i Faith or the progress of the faith from now, any generation of people that become awakened to the meaning of Baha'u'llah and the prophecies that he fulfills as the descendant of King David that the whole world is waiting for. The word Christ is a Greek word, an English word that comes from the Greek word Christos, which means anointed one. And in Hebrew, the word for anointed one is Messiah. And the full title was Messiah ben David. So Baha'u'llah fulfills prophecies for the return of Jesus Christ, or the second coming of Christ for Christians and Muslims, or the King Messiah, or the Messiah ben David waited for by the Jews. And the Eastern faiths also had prophecies of this in their languages, like the Chalki kings and things like this, in Shambhala kingdom. So any generation of people that's able to recognize the heir of the lineage holder of King David from Baha'u'llah and Abdul Baha is able to then elect this House of Justice in their day and age. But particularly now, we're in a delicate situation in the world. We're in a transition of nationalism to internationalism, that God had the promised one, spoken of by Abdul Baha in the book Some Answered Questions, the seventh angel, mentioned in Baha'u'llah in the New Era, who would appear in the year 1963 at the centenary of Baha'u'llah's proclamation from 1863 to reestablish what the covenant breakers threw out. So Dr. Jensen doesn't bring anything new. He's not a manifestation of God or anything of this character, but he gives us the explanations and commentaries of the revelation of Jesus Christ, and he uses this information to be able to establish the covenant of Baha'u'llah that he revealed, that Abdul Baha delineated, that Shoghi Effendi constituted in the hearts, minds, and souls of the people. And he did this by reestablishing the House of Justice that was abandoned in 1951, and 40 years later, on January 9th of 1991, it was reestablished in the Rocky Mountains of the United States, according to Abdul Baha's plan and Shoghi Effendi's constitution as the Second International Baha'i Council. And as it goes through these four stages, and more people get in on the act, they will eventually elect it as the Supreme Tribunal that will bring peace to the world. And then as more nation states and peoples join this, and languages and ethnic groups, it will effloresce into the Universal House of Justice. And we'll have the golden age of civilization that all of the people of the world expect to happen according to their prophecies.